Hey, English learners, welcome back to the English Connect podcast, your cozy little place to learn easy English through real, everyday conversations. I'm your host, Sophia.
And I'm Jason.
Jason, today's topic comes from something we hear again and again from people around us.
Yeah, and honestly, those words really stay with you.
Exactly. So many people say things like, I think it's too late for me to learn English.
That one always makes me pause.
Me too, because it's not only about English, is it?
No, behind that sentence, there's usually something deeper.
Regret,
Fear.
disappointment.
And maybe this quiet feeling of, I missed my chance.
Yes, and today we want to start with English, but we don't want to stop there.
Because people feel this in other parts of life too.
Too late to learn English?
Too late to change careers.
Too late to fix a relationship?
Too late to take care of your health.
Too late to become the person you wanted to be?
That's a heavy feeling.
It is. So today we're talking about this idea. It's never too late to start over.
Not in a loud motivational way.
Not like, change your whole life today.
Please don't. That sounds exhausting.
We mean something more human,
Starting from where you are.
with the time you have,
With the courage you have.
even if it feels small.
Especially if it feels small.
And that's why today's words matter.
Yes, because sometimes one good word helps you explain a feeling you've carried for years.
Words for timing, change, dreams, detours, and starting again.
And later we'll do Say It Better so you can express these thoughts in more natural English.
This conversation is great for B1 and B2 learners. And if you are A2, just listen for the main idea and enjoy the flow.
And actually, Sophia, this is one of those episodes where people might want to go back and read some lines again.
Oh yes, I was thinking the same thing, because some sentences are easy to miss when you only listen once.
Exactly. You can open the transcript, read slowly, practice the words, and review the ideas without rushing.
Yes, and if you've ever felt late in life or late in becoming yourself.
This episode is for you.
Jason, have you ever felt like you were late in life?
Yes, and I don't like how fast I answered that.
That fast?
Very fast, like my brain was already sitting there with a folder called Life Panic.
What usually opens that folder?
My phone, always my phone.
Social media?
Yes, I open it for 1 minute, and someone has a new house, someone has a new job, someone has moved abroad, someone is smiling in a kitchen that looks like it has never seen an onion.
The clean kitchen again.
It bothers me,
I can tell.
and I'm happy for them, I really am. But then I look at my own life and think, what am I doing?
Do you actually want what they have?
Not always, that's the strange part.
Then what do you want?
I think I want proof that my own life is moving.
That's honest.
It's embarrassing.
Why?
Because I know social media is not the full story. I know one photo is not someone's whole life. I know all that.
But knowing doesn't always stop the feeling.
Right. I see someone reach a milestone, a big life moment, and suddenly I treat their milestone like a deadline from my life.
Wait, say that again?
I treat their milestone like a deadline from my life.
That line hurts because it's true.
Their house is not a message to me.
No?
Their wedding is not an alarm clock from my life.
Definitely not.
But my brain hears it that way.
Like, you should be there by now.
Yes, and then someone says everyone has their own timeline.
Timeline means the timing of events in your life.
Right, and I know that sentence is meant to help.
But you don't always like it.
Sometimes I really don't.
Why?
Because sometimes it feels too soft, like someone is putting a nice blanket over a real wound.
Fair.
If I say I feel late and someone says everyone has their own timeline, part of me thinks, okay, but what if I actually wasted time?
Maybe you did.
See, that feels more honest.
Maybe you stayed too long in the wrong job. Maybe you were afraid to start. Maybe life kept interrupting. Maybe you wanted to learn English years ago, but every year something else came first.
That is not exactly comforting.
I know.
Good, I'm glad we both know.
But comfort that skips the truth doesn't last.
That line can stay.
Thank you.
Don't enjoy it too much.
I'll try.
I'm serious, though. I think people need honesty first, not instant softness.
I agree, but I want to push back a little.
Go on.
I sometimes think we call self-punishment honesty.
What do you mean?
We say, I'm late, I failed, I wasted my life, my English is terrible, and we think, I'm just being honest.
But maybe we are being honest.
Maybe partly, but not fully.
Explain.
If your English feels weak because you haven't practiced for years, saying, my English is rusty, may be honest.
Rusty means you haven't used it for a while, so it doesn't feel smooth.
Yes, but saying, my English is terrible and I'll never improve, is not just honesty.
It's punishment.
Exactly.
I do that.
With English.
With life. With exercise. With everything.
Same, actually.
You?
Yes.
Sorry, I need a moment. Sophia has admitted a flaw.
I have many.
This is important news.
I'm still terrible at resting without feeling guilty.
Really?
Yes, if I take a slow morning, part of my brain says, you are wasting the day.
That sounds familiar.
And for a long time, I thought I was being honest with myself. Like, come on, Sophia, do more.
Productive voice.
Yes, but sometimes it is not productive. Sometimes it is just cruel with a calendar.
Cruel with a calendar. That is painfully accurate.
So I have to practice a better sentence too.
What sentence?
Instead of, you are wasting the day, I try to say, you are allowed to move slowly today.
Do you believe it?
Not always.
Good.
Good?
I mean good that you said that, because if you said, and now I believe it perfectly, I was going to complain.
No, I do not believe it perfectly.
That feels real.
That is the point. A better sentence does not always fix the feeling immediately.
It just gives you a kinder place to stand.
Yes, a kinder place to stand.
I like that, and I'm trying not to make a big emotional sound about it.
Thank you for your strength.
You're welcome. Can I say something else that bothers me?
Please.
Start over sometimes sounds too clean.
Clean?
Like a fresh notebook. New page, new pen, new life.
And real life is not like that.
Real life is writing on a page that already has coffee stains and old notes on it.
That's actually good.
I know. I surprised myself.
Starting over does not erase the old page.
Exactly. So when people say just start again, I get annoyed.
Because of just.
Yes, just is doing too much work there. Starting English again after years is not easy. Walking into the gym after a long break is not easy.
Are we going back to the treadmill?
Unfortunately, yes.
Good. I like this story.
I went back to the gym after a long break. New shoes, new playlist, very serious face.
Dangerous.
Very. I stepped on the treadmill and thought, I'll just do a light walk.
Sensible.
After 4 minutes, I was breathing like I had climbed a mountain.
4 minutes?
Please don't hold the number like that.
Sorry, continue.
Then I checked the speed, and Sophia, it was basically a polite walk.
A polite walk?
Yes, the treadmill was not challenging me, it was greeting me.
Good evening, Jason. Shall we move gently?
Exactly. Very respectful machine.
And you felt embarrassed.
Completely. I thought, how did I become this person?
That sentence is heavy.
It is. And I think learners feel that too. They come back to English and think, how do I not know this yet?
Or why is this still hard for me?
Yes, then shame walks in and says, see, too late.
Shame is very confident.
Very horrible little speaker.
So what helped you stay on the treadmill?
Honestly, nothing beautiful.
Good.
I stayed for 5 more minutes.
That's it?
That's it. No movie moment, no dramatic music, just 5 more sweaty minutes. And my pride quietly suffering.
That may be one of the most realistic restarts.
Small and slightly embarrassing.
But real.
Real enough.
I like that better.
Better than what?
Better than making starting over sound magical.
It is not magical.
No. Sometimes it's just staying 5 more minutes.
Or opening the English lesson again even though you feel behind.
Or saying one sentence out loud, even if it is not perfect.
Careful, we're doing a list.
We are, but it is short.
Fine, short list allowed.
Thank you. I think another reason people feel late is old dreams stop fitting.
You mean they outgrow them?
Yes, outgrow means something used to fit you, but now it doesn't.
Like clothes.
Like clothes, but also dreams, habits, or old versions of yourself.
I don't know, that word can sound too peaceful.
Outgrow?
Yes. People say I outgrew that dream, like they calmly placed it on a shelf and walked away.
But it doesn't always feel calm.
No, sometimes it feels like failure wearing nicer clothes.
That's a strong way to say it.
Because you wanted something for years, then one day you realized you don't want it anymore. That can feel strange.
Or sad.
Or embarrassing, like who was I trying to impress?
had that with being busy.
The full calendar dream?
Yes. When I was younger, I thought success meant being busy all the time. Full calendar, many plans, always doing something.
Sounds exhausting.
It was, but I liked how it looked.
Important?
Useful, needed, like I had proof that I mattered.
That is honest.
And I still catch myself doing it.
Still?
Yes. Last week I had a quiet evening, and instead of enjoying it, I started making a list of things I should do.
There it is. Sophia and the list.
I deserved that.
You did.
But this is what I mean. I didn't outgrow that old dream once and become completely free. I have to outgrow it again and again.
That's much better.
Better?
More believable, because people don't change once and stay changed.
No, we practice change.
That should annoy me, but it's true.
Reinventing yourself is like that too.
Reinvent means changing yourself or your life in a new way.
Yes, but it sounds bigger than it usually is.
Reinvent sounds like a new city, new clothes, new haircut.
And a dramatic airport walk.
Always the airport walk.
But sometimes reinventing yourself is just changing what you say yes to.
Or what you stop pretending to want.
That too. So the dream changes shape.
Yes, and that does not mean the old dream was stupid.
Good, because sometimes people talk about old dreams like they were foolish.
I don't like that.
Me neither. The old dream may have helped you survive one season of life.
And then it stopped fitting.
Exactly. But here's my biggest problem with it's never too late.
I know where you're going.
Do you?
Maybe.
You think sometimes it actually is too late for a specific thing.
Yes. If someone wanted to become an Olympic athlete and they are 50, maybe that exact dream is not possible.
True.
So if we say it's never too late, are we lying?
We might be if we leave it too simple.
Thank you.
It may be too late for one exact version of a dream.
Yes.
It may not be too late for the deeper desire inside that dream.
Explain that.
Maybe the Olympic dream was about strength, movement, discipline, competition, confidence.
Okay.
The Olympic version may be closed, but movement may not be closed, strength may not be closed, coaching may not be closed, confidence may not be closed. Careful. List?
List.
All right, let me say it simply. The shape of the dream can change.
Better.
You may lose one version, but still keep something meaningful from it.
That's the honest version.
Because it admits loss.
Yes, it doesn't say nothing is lost.
Something may be lost.
But not everything.
Not everything. That is the real message for me.
For me too.
Not you can still have the exact life you imagined.
No.
More like you still have something to work with.
Yes.
I can believe that. Let's bring this back to the learner who says it's too late for me to learn English.
Okay.
I wouldn't say, no, don't feel that.
Good. People hate that.
I would say, maybe you wish you started earlier.
Yes.
Maybe you feel embarrassed.
Yes.
Maybe your English feels rusty.
And then?
Then ask, what can you learn today?
That's the turn.
Not the whole language today.
Please don't.
One useful sentence today.
One small conversation this week.
Maybe one lesson you repeat until it feels easier.
That's reasonable.
Starting from here is not dramatic, but it is real.
And the road is still there.
Life is not a train you missed.
It's a road you can return to.
Even slowly.
Even at a polite treadmill pace.
Especially then.
And now, let's slow down and practice today's powerful words. These are words that can help you talk about timing, change, dreams, and starting again.
Our first word is timeline.
Timeline.
Timeline. Timeline means the timing or order of events in your life.
Maybe your friend gets married, buys a house, or starts a new job before you.
You could say, my timeline looks different from my friend's timeline.
Or maybe your life did not happen the way you expected.
Then you could say, I'm learning to accept my own timeline.
Our next word is milestone.
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 Milestone means an important moment or achievement in your life.
Maybe you speak English for 5 minutes without stopping.
You could say, that was a big milestone for me.
Or maybe you are still working towards something important.
Then you could say, I haven't reached that milestone yet.
Our next word is detour.
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 Detour means a different or unexpected path.
We use it for roads, but we can also use it for life.
Maybe your career did not go the way you planned.
You could say, my career took an unexpected detour.
Or maybe that difficult path taught you something.
Then you could say, that detour was painful, but it helped me understand myself better.
Our next word is reinvent.
Reinvent.
Reinvent. Reinvent means to change yourself or your life in a new way.
It sounds big, but it does not always mean changing everything.
Maybe you start a new routine after a difficult year.
You could say, I'm trying to reinvent my routine.
Or maybe someone changes their career and starts again.
Then you could say, she decided to reinvent her career.
Our next word is outgrow.
Outgrow.
Outgrow. Outgrow means something used to fit you, but now it doesn't.
You can outgrow clothes, but you can also outgrow dreams, habits, or old versions of yourself.
Maybe you no longer want the dream you had years ago.
You could say, I think I've outgrown that dream.
Or maybe your old lifestyle no longer feels right for you.
Then you could say, I've outgrown the life I used to want.
Our final word is fulfilling.
Fulfilling. Fulfilling.
Fulfilling means meaningful and satisfying from the inside.
Not just impressive from the outside.
Maybe your job is not perfect, but it gives your life meaning.
You could say, my work feels fulfilling.
Or maybe you want a life that feels peaceful and true to you.
Then you could say, I want to build a more fulfilling life.
These were today's powerful words: timeline, milestone, detour, reinvent, outgrow, and fulfilling.
And these are not words to rush through.
No, some of them carry real feelings.
Especially detour, outgrow, and fulfilling.
So later, when you have a quiet moment, this is a good part to revisit inside the English Connect Club.
Yes, read the transcript slowly, try the quizzes and games, and choose one word that feels connected to your own life.
Just one word is enough.
And maybe one sentence too.
That's a good idea, because today's words are useful, but the way we speak to ourselves matters too.
Yes, sometimes the sentence in your head is too harsh.
Like, I am late in life.
Or, my life went the wrong way.
So now, let's take a few of those heavy sentences.
And make them sound more natural, more honest, and a little kinder.
This is Say It Better.
And today we're not trying to make feelings sound perfect.
Right, we're trying to give those feelings better words.
Let's start with this sentence. I am late in life.
Ooh, that sentence feels like a final judgment.
Yes, like life is a race and you already lost.
A softer way to say it is, I feel like I'm on a different timeline.
That's better, but maybe I'd add the feeling too.
Try it.
I feel behind, but I'm learning to accept my own timeline.
That feels more honest.
Yes, it doesn't pretend the pain is gone. It just gives the pain better words.
Here's another one. I did not reach anything big.
That sentence sounds like the story is already closed.
It does. A better sentence is, I haven't reached that milestone yet.
The word yet helps a lot.
Because it keeps the door open.
You could also say, I'm still working toward an important milestone.
I like that. It sounds like you are still moving, even if you're moving slowly.
What about this one? My life went the wrong way.
I understand the feeling, but that sentence is very hard on yourself.
It sounds like the whole road was wrong.
A smoother sentence is, my life took an unexpected detour.
Good, but if the detour was painful, don't hide that.
True, you can say, my life took a painful detour, but I'm finding my way again.
That feels more human.
It admits the pain, but it doesn't end the story there.
Here's one. I want to become a new person.
I understand that feeling too. Sometimes you really want a fresh start.
But a new person can sound like you want to delete the old you.
And that's not really what starting over means.
A more natural sentence is, I want to make some changes in my life.
Simple, very natural.
And if you want a stronger word, you can say, I want to reinvent myself.
Or, I'm trying to reinvent my life.
But remember, reinventing yourself doesn't mean throwing away who you are.
It means changing direction with what you have learned.
Now this one has a lot of feeling. I don't want my old dream anymore.
That sentence needs care.
Because the old dream may have mattered for years.
Exactly, so we don't want to make it sound silly or unimportant.
A better way is, I think I've outgrown that dream.
And maybe we can make it even more honest.
Go on.
I think I've outgrown that dream, but it mattered to me once.
That's good.
It respects the old dream.
And it gives you permission to move forward.
Let's do one more. I want a life that feels good inside.
Honestly, I like the feeling behind that sentence.
Me too. It is simple but real.
It just needs one stronger word.
You can say, I want to build a more fulfilling life.
Fulfilling means meaningful and satisfying from the inside.
Not just impressive from the outside.
You could also say, I'm looking for work that feels more fulfilling.
Work that feels right for you.
Not only work that looks good to other people.
So today, Say It Better is not about sounding fancy.
It's about choosing words that don't attack you.
Instead of, I am late in life, you can say, I feel behind, but I'm learning to accept my own timeline.
Instead of, my life went the wrong way, you can say, my life took a painful detour, but I'm finding my way again.
And instead of, I don't want my old dream anymore, you can say, I think I've outgrown that dream, but it mattered to me once.
Better English can also be kinder English.
And honest English.
Honest first.
Yes, and maybe that is the real lesson today. Not perfect English, not perfect timing, just honest words for where you are.
Even if you are starting again slowly.
Especially then.
So now we want to hear from you.
Have you ever felt like it was too late to start over? Or is there something you want to begin again, even in a small way?
Try to use one word from today's word tour. Timeline, milestone, detour, reinvent, outgrow, or fulfilling.
And if this episode helped you, write this in the comments. It's not too late for me.
Yes, write it for yourself.
And later, don't just leave these words here.
Take them with you.
Thank you for learning with us today.
Keep practicing. Take care of your English.
And take care of your next chapter.
Bye for now.